But you know what? We're going to have a big-time matchup this evening as the guys are getting ready to battle down on the court.
Let's do it. They're ready to go, and so are we. The San Antonio Spurs begin the game with the basketball. To DeRozan.
And look, no disrespect to Dwayne Casey of Toronto. I mean Detroit, because he was the coach of the year for Toronto, even though he got fired. But for Greg Popovich to lead this team to 7th place in the Western Conference with 47 wins is beyond me. I do not understand how he is not the coach of the year. When you have a guy like Manu Ginobili, who is older than me, and he's able to lead this team to where they were last year, that says everything you need to know about Pop.
One thing, Jay, you're not 40 years old yet, so that's good. And two, they had to reinvent how they did things last year. Kawhi Leonard played barely 10 games last season, so they found a way to do it. Then you add DeRozan. I'm so interested to see what this Spurs team is going to be. Yes, you lose Kawhi, but you never really had him last year either. To Paul George. Beverly. Oh, emphatic slam.
And no emotion, just that ice-cold stare. That's a sign of somebody who's here to compete.
Right now, San Antonio's possession. DeRozan, tough matchup against George.
See, Ed, this is what the refs need to start calling. The defender hit the shooter right around the waist, which made him lunge into his shot and took away all of his concentration for it.
DeMar DeRozan missed his first. That one goes.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
To George. Beverly. LaMarcus Aldridge swats it.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
To DeRozan. He's on the deck. Great sacrifice. To Beverly. Spurs have it.
I'm hearing some boos from the crowd. They know just like I know you're not getting back on D.
Lays it up and in.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Kawhi Leonard, defended by DeMar DeRozan. Here comes the screen. The screen sets him up for two.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
DeMar DeRozan, 2 for 3 now here in the first.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to...
Marcus Aldridge. Baseline drive, the shot won't fall.
And physicality is your friend. Don't let these guys get any easy ones down low. Make them look at the refs, wondering where the foul was every time.
The pass taken away by the Clippers. And stuffs it home.
Defenders had no chance on that one. That's why we call it the elite tier.
It's DeRozan controlling the offense. Surveys the floor. Probing the defense. Weighs his options. DeMar DeRozan, 3 for 4. Good start.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Beverly into the front court. Down 5. Jay, upon scanning this Clippers roster, there are a lot of guards for Doc Rivers to work with.
Yeah, they have a plethora of guards, and if I'm this team and if I'm Doc Rivers, I'm thinking about how do I throw as many guards at you as possible, because Doc wants to get another guard in there to apply the same pressure. They should be the new modern-day Detroit Pistons with the style they play defensively.
DeRozan. That's no good.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jumper.
And slams it down. Big finish for Aldridge. Feed the big fella. Point to the passer.
So good when you get everybody involved, in particular your bigs. You get them going, they'll run the court faster, and guess what? They'll set harder screens because they're actually in the game.
Leonard to Paul George. Now a pass stolen by the Spurs. Runner here won't go down.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short on the shot.
Kawhi Leonard. It's no good. Great defense.
And the game is so different. In today's NBA, defenders are longer, quicker, and more athletic than we've ever seen before. So offensively, as a shooter, you either have to be able to create more space off the dribble for your shot or have a much faster release. Ideally, you have both in your arsenal.
Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. To DeRozan. Beverly into the front court. Down 3. He was all over him. Missed the shot. No free throws.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there in your face. The jawing is only going to escalate.
Clippers have the basketball. Leonard to Williams. Here's Leonard for 2. Kawhi Leonard. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
To Cunningham. DeRozan against George. Here comes the screen. Drive here. To Leonard. The Clippers with 4 to shoot. Count the basket at the rim.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
Spurs have it. Shot from the lane won't go. They'll let one fly from half court. That ends the first quarter. The Spurs have the lead. Good start to this one. After 1 quarter play, on to the second period. Jay, neither team was able to get control to start this one.
I know you're wondering why I'm clapping. Both teams came out in the first quarter and they executed. When do you ever see that, Ed? You have to continue to bring those competitive juices into the second quarter, and we're going to have one heck of a ball game.
Here comes the screen. Mo Harkless pins it.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Short jumper off the mark. Jay, the Clippers last year were 2 games better than 500. Pretty amazing when you think about what they dealt with.
Most definitely. But everything for this Clipper organization starts with Lou Williams. He is the stud for this team. It's the second time in his career he's been named 6th Man of the Year. And that's why they signed the 31-year-old to a 3-year, $24 million deal.
Beyond the arc for 3. Not done yet. And a putback slam.
Ed, it's pretty amazing how athletic bigs can be when it comes to getting an easy 2 points, huh?
It's LA Clippers ball. Leonard. Knocked loose. Picked up by the Spurs.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
He connects. Had all the time in the world. Too easy.
It's plain and it's simple. The difference between a winning team and a losing organization is the fact that their ability to finish plays. You have to find a way defensively to finish these type of plays to win this game.
Kawhi Leonard, defended by Jakob Poeltl. Here's a chance from long range, and Kawhi Leonard buries the 3 with a hand in his face.
Even though the coach initially may not like that shot, now he's clapping.
To Rudy Gay. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down. Now the Clippers call a timeout as they'll make sure they're aligned here in a 2-point basketball game. Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Leonard to Harkless. Down low for Leonard. Jakob Poeltl with a piece.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game. Left and right.
Trying to cash in. Oh, he was wide open. It's not going to be pretty when they watch the video. Someone's getting chewed out.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Open look, and he buries it. Defense has to wake up.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
They'll get it down to Leonard.
Double team, double team, double team.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Kawhi Leonard trying to cash in on the 3-point play. A career 84% free throw shooter. Free throw is good to cap off the 3-point play. And the lead is down to 3. Jay, DeMar DeRozan fell in love with Toronto as a player and a person. But no question, DeRozan's playing with a chip on his shoulder.
He most definitely is, and he will embrace Greg Popovich. And he will realize money isn't everything. It's about loyalty for DeMar DeRozan.
Kawhi Leonard, defended by the UConn product. To George. The Clippers with 4 to shoot. To Leonard. able to convert inside.
Old school equals high percentage.
San Antonio with the basketball. DeRozan. Sizing up the defense. To DeRozan. Has a chance. DeMar DeRozan. 4 out of 7.
Ed, I'm telling you right now, that is the move of an assassin.
To Paul George. Defense making the ball carrier work. Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
Some players are just built to absorb the contact. He pretty much dusted that defender off like that was a bug at the park.
Knocks it down off the step back.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Baseline drive. Finishing inside the...
They venture into the paint.
Cleans it up. Even to Zubac. Sends it away.
That kid can block out the sun, man.
Yes, it drops. Little drama on that one.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Kawhi Leonard matched up with DeRozan. George to Leonard. Gets it in the left corner. Beverly. Knocks it down from mid-range.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Leonard to Harkless. Leonard to Harkless. A lot of contact. Shots no good and no foul. To DeRozan. To Patty Mills. Down to 5. Down to 4 to shoot. DeRozan. And drains it.
Man, you making people dance out there? I see you with the footwork.
I got ball. When he stands, he's coming. He stands.
Deep 3 at the buzzer. First half in the books. The Spurs have the lead.
The Spurs entered the locker room with a comfortable lead.
It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers for the San Antonio Spurs. The Clippers are down at halftime and in need of some momentum. They've been scrappy, doing their best to be competitive. We'll see if their efforts are more rewarded in the second half. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Los Angeles Clippers.
Game track. Bench points.
The Los Angeles Clippers
Aren't getting enough bench production in this contest. Their reserves need to step up and start making an impact in this game.
Player of the half.
DeMar DeRozan
Has the defense figured out, and his shots are falling for him. That's a lethal combination that will be hard to overcome.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete. Here are the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Back to Ed and Jay to bring you the second half action.
So, Ed, my man P. Bev the other day made some comments on social media. I want to get your reaction. He said, I'll tell you right now, we are the best team in LA. How do you feel about that?
Jay, since the Clippers moved from San Diego, I don't know if that's been the case once. Maybe going back a few years, but LeBron James is in LA now. I don't know if Patrick Beverley's right on that one. Derek White against George. To DeRozan. Here comes the screen. That's what you like to see off the pick and roll. Nice, easy basket.
This is where I go back into player mode. If the dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
George, deep two there, won't go. To DeRozan. From long range, buries it.
Top it off, you get those three things going, you're going to be a dynamic offensive unit.
Beverley to Leonard. Here comes the screen. Paul George to Beverley. Lets it fly from long range. Shot no good. You know Beverley can appreciate good defense.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Beverley into the front court. Trailing by 15. Kawhi Leonard picked up by DeRozan. Nothing going here on that drive. Leonard to George. Shot clock's at 5. Down to 4. Slam dunk. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
To Aldridge. Ah, you've got to get that one to go. Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
LA Clippers with the basketball. He's looking for that touch. Off the mark. No good. Leonard. Turns and slams it down. Here on their home floor, they're chipping away.
I mean, does this crowd have a pulse? Are they even alive? Sometimes when you make a play like that, your crowd needs to get you back in this ball game.
Nothing going here on that drive. Here comes the screen. DeRozan matched up with Paul George. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. They have to keep him in their grasp.
Ooh, that confidence level is so superior. Whenever you start jogging back on defense before the ball even goes through the net, that speaks for itself.
George matched up with Derek White. Beverly to Paul George. Nothing going here on that drive. To Beverly. LA with 4 to shoot. PG lets it fly. Paul George. He's 3 for 7.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
To DeRozan. Fires the 3. And the rebound taken in by Beverly. To George. Fires the 3. Paul George can't get that one to go. Defense all over him.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as...
DeRozan. For 3. Where's the chatter? No one was even close to him.
And I don't know why the defense continues to help on guys that drive. Make them take shots over your bigs. By you helping more, you're just leaving three-point shooters open on the perimeter.
Beverly to Leonard. Going to launch beyond the arc. That's how you defend.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
DeRozan to Aldridge. And the rebound grabbed by the Clippers. To Paul George. Short jumper stays out.
You see, Ed, this is where coaches get fired. It's great to have good offensive sets, but if you can't execute, then the play was a failure.
DeRozan. Beyond the arc for 3. Had made his first couple, but he misses there. Beverly into the front court. The deficit now up to 13. George to Leonard. Defense making the ball handler work. The Clippers with 4 to shoot. Beverly. And he's fouled. Good play by the shooter.
You know what? That's an even better play by the defender.
Knocks down the first. Second one's no good. One more coming. San Antonio ball. Driving right to the basket. Deep right corner. Rudy Gay to Patty Mills. Has a look. Just off the mark.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Harkless to George. Harkless to Paul George. The rebound taken by Gay. And scores on the step back. Deep 3 at the buzzer. Quarter comes to an end. The Spurs way out in front. It's the Spurs with the basketball as we begin the fourth quarter. And this one, Jay, not totally in the win column yet, but with a double-digit lead, you have to like their chances.
I love when I start seeing fans exit the arena so early in this game, and I hear people say, this one should be in the bag. Well, guess what? It's never a guarantee. You have to be careful not to slow down the pace of the game and take the air out of the basketball. You have to put your foot on the gas and try to win this game with a sense of urgency.
Here's a chance from long range. Well defended. Tough shot for Patty Mills. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Montrezl Harrell at the line for a chance at a three-point play. Numbers not in his favor, 61% for his career. And he misses that one free throw. Mills in possession. It's an 11-point game. To Cunningham. It's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
Let me tell you something that nobody will ever talk about. Did you see him slow down right before he was about to go up? That slow change of speed, that slight change was just enough to throw the defender off.
George matched up with Dante Cunningham. Williams. Marco Bellinelli able to recover with the block.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful thing to watch. During the regular season, things can get difficult. Energy can be low. The passion at times can even be lower because players are tired. They're fatigued. But today, it's all been good. They're putting in an absolute show with killer efficiency and tremendous effort and intensity.
Here comes the screen from long range. He was all over him. And the basket good at the rim.
There you go. I like seeing scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Mills in possession. The lead is 11. To Rudy Gay. Short jumper misses. Williams across the timeline. He'll run the offense. He'll go to the foul line to shoot.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
Paul George has got 2 shots coming. A career 84% free throw shooter. First free throw is good. Goes 2 for 2. Right now, San Antonio's possession. Patty Mills to Aldridge. LaMarcus Aldridge, 4 out of 7. Timeout called here by the Clippers as they'll talk things over here in this fourth quarter. They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. Dante Cunningham tips it.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Williams. The rebound taken by San Antonio. Patty Mills. Down low, Aldridge. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. The drive, right to the basket. Almost, but no good. Mills in possession. His team on top by 13. Wide open look, won't go. Williams into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
Lou Williams trying to cash in on the three-point play. A career 83% free throw shooter. Free throw good as he finishes off the three-point play. That shaves the deficit down to 10. To DeRozan, and look out.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat 5, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Paul George to Beverly. Down to 5 on the 24. George somehow finds a way to get it to go. Can't fault the D.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next-level elite PG. No doubt about it. This year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
We're watching the clinic right now. We're watching basketball 1.
Here comes the screen. George, defended by the former Longhorn Aldridge. And finishes strong.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
DeRozan with it. Lead stands at 10. To Aldridge. Able to convert inside.
There you go. Finally, shoot your shot.
George to Beverly. George. That one off the mark. It's no good. Mills in possession. Up a dozen. To Aldridge. Nice pass to set things up. Finishing inside the paint on that one. Now the Clippers call a timeout as they'll make sure they're all on the same page here in the fourth quarter. Changes coming from both sides right now. Kawhi Leonard picked up by DeRozan. Second effort. Another follow, still no good. Beverly into the front court. 14-point deficit. Here comes the screen. Paul George. Big finish at the rim.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. Spurs in possession. Here comes the screen. DeRozan against Paul George. To Aldridge. The jumper's off the mark.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning an ankle on that landing.
It's the Spurs who are victorious as they win this one handily. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Jalen Rose here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Spurs.
Put one in the win column with a solid performance.
They did plenty of great things, but we all know what's going to be remembered are the dunks. And you know what? I'm going to remember nothing but the dunks as well. Check out the leading scores for the San Antonio Spurs. The Clippers put up a fight, but didn't get their hands raised at the end. And even though some of them smiled and shook hands with the other guys after the game, you could tell by the way they headed to the tunnels how disappointed they were about this loss. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Los Angeles Clippers.
Game track. 3-point shooting.
The San Antonio Spurs were able to stretch the defense because of how effectively and now have to settle with a loss.
Player of the game.
DeMar DeRozan put up the kind of points that made him an easy choice for this award. He couldn't be stopped. And when he realized he was in the zone, he just took it to another level.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in this game. These are the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
See y'all next time. Jalen Rose signing out.